At the game, you had mentioned just Roki was dealing with a little bit of smoke there. What really led to the decision to place him on the IL? And what either updates do you have, or what are you expecting in terms of IL stand?
I think everything that we know is there's an impingement in his shoulder that it's similar to what he had last year. We became aware of this after his last start in Arizona, and from what we gather is he's felt some discomfort for the last few weeks, but given where we're at as a pitching staff, he wanted to continue to go and persevere and fight through everything until he felt that his performance is going to be compromised. And so that's when he let us know where he was at physically. And at that point in time, we wanted to make sure that he was taken care of physically. So we got some scans yesterday, and it showed an impingement in the shoulder. And so with that information, as benign as it is, unfortunately, where he's at, we felt, as we've done with most of our pitchers, potentially all of our pitchers, is err on the side of caution. And so that's why we felt to put him on the IL, let this thing calm down, and build him back to where he is, and he can be 100%, and then get him back out there.
We've of course seen Landon step up and help out with the rotation. What does this mean just moving forward, whether for him or additional arms and support you might need in rotation with Roki being on the IL?
I think it's just going to give Landon some runway, and I thought there were some strikeouts in there, but in the middle innings, he started getting behind, the pitch count started to get up and made some mistakes.
Sasaki, he still kind of has like a kid's body, right, or on the slender side. Are there like any things you guys have maybe identified that he could do that could maybe help him prevent?
It's interesting is, personally for me, just seeing him a couple years ago in the WBC, he looked a little bit more physical, and I don't know, but I don't know exactly the physicality, the weight, but I do know that, getting him offline right now, getting him stronger, getting a foundation, obviously mainly letting his shoulder calm down, so we're not affecting anything going forward. That's kind of the goal. And then if we can do that, then continue to work on the mechanics, because obviously, knowing what we know now, there was certainly some compensation from him, and his delivery was probably compromised. And all of that is because he wanted to compete and help us out. And so there's very few players that are 100% in a major league season. But again, once we got this information, although we appreciate him trying to fight through it, which is great, but we wanted to get some scans to know what we're dealing with. And then what we decided, and talking to Roki as well, is let's put him on the IL, and let's get his strength back, let's get his health back, and then go from there. So I don't have a timeline at all.
Does this give him a chance to maybe start over in a sense and get through some of the mechanical things, the overall things that probably with more time you guys would have wanted to sort of do with him?
I think so. And obviously, we didn't know what to expect this year, but to think that he was going to go wire to wire, given his track record and history of innings, probably unrealistic. So this could be that little bit of a reprieve in the middle of the season that we can get him back to being healthy, feeling strong at 100%, and help us get through the World Series.
Who's going to start on Thursday?
We don't know yet. It's probably, I think right now it's safe to say it's going to be a bullpen game.
You say you have no timeline yet, that the Kopech is also like a similar injury with a 60 days IL. You think it's going to be a little bit similar to him, or maybe he can come back soon?
You know what? I don't know exactly, and I don't want to speculate him versus Kopech. We made it very clear to Roki that there's no expectation on timeline. The main thing is that he's healthy, he's strong, his delivery feels good, then he'll pitch for us. So I don't think that any expectation is fair to him.
Dave, as admirable as it is that he wanted to plow on, did you communicate to him, like, you know, geez, you didn't have to do that, you should have said something to us?
We did, but I think that there's just not a player in the big leagues that probably wouldn't do the same thing, and they feel that they can kind of persevere and, as you said, plow on, and